Hey folks, Dr. Gerstmar from Aspire Natural Health. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you happen to be watching or listening to this, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, we need to talk about another question here. Another question, because the questions that we ask ourselves shape our thinking shapes our actions. So we all have goals that we want to accomplish, things we want to achieve in our lives. Obviously, here on this podcast and in these videos, we're talking about our health. We're talking about suffering with digestive issues, suffering with autoimmunity, wanting to move from that place of being sick to healthy to thriving. And the questions that we ask ourselves shape the way we think about these issues. Now, when we're looking to make changes in our lives, it's normal and it's natural to be a little scared or a little afraid of what comes next, what we should do, what's going to happen. Human beings, all of us, are wired in to be risk averse. We don't like taking risks. Now, yes, some of us are more, we like riskier behavior, right? If you like jumping out of airplanes or off bungee jumps or doing wild and crazy things, you're probably less risk averse than other people that are out there. But human beings are risk averse. Why? Because evolution hardwired us to survive, and taking risks has some danger. It has rewards, right? The first person to venture into a new place, they may, get a tremendous reward, or they may get eaten by a tiger. Right? So we need our pioneers and we need our people who are willing to do risky things. But as humans, we're all risk averse. And look, when we're looking to make changes in our lives, when something isn't working for us, if it's in health, dealing with digestive issues or autoimmunity, if it's in our career, right? We don't like our job, we're looking to change jobs, or we don't like what we do, and so we're looking to go into a new career, or our relationships, our friends, or maybe our romantic partner, it just isn't working for us. And so we're contemplating making a change, making new friends, or ending a relationship, or starting a new relationship. Maybe we haven't been in a relationship for a while and we'd really like to find a person and be in a relationship, or, finances, or any other aspect of our lives. When we look at our situation, we have to decide, is where we're at now working with us? Are you happy with your health? Are you happy with your digestion, with your immune system, with autoimmunity, with the place that you are now? Obviously, if you're happy, great. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not, if you're suffering, or you're dealing with issues, or you'd like to make a change in your health or in any other area of our life, so we contemplate making changes. What comes up? Fear. Right? Fear. What if those changes don't work out? What if I try to change jobs and I just get rejected? I can't change jobs. What if I go back to school or retrain myself, or, put my resume out there, or go for job interviews, or any of these things? What if I try to meet someone and I go out there and they reject me and it doesn't work? Or I meet someone and it turns terrible. It's even worse than it is right now. These are the normal, natural questions that we find ourselves asking, at least at a subconscious level, whenever we consider making a change. We consider, what if it doesn't work? And for a lot of us, these fears and these concerns stop us from moving forward and making positive changes. And sometimes that's good. We prevent ourselves from making a change. We have to look at the potential negatives of making a change. Is it worth it to go out there and meet new people, or apply for a new job, or go down this road to dealing with our digestive issues and autoimmunity? And sometimes the answer is no. It's not worth it. It's not worth what it's going to take. And it's good to recognize that. Then great. We live with where we're at now, or at least we don't go down that route that we were considering to make changes. That's important. But here's the key piece. There's a second question that we have to ask ourselves that is not normal and natural. It's normal to say, what is the negative of making that change? That's normal. But there's a second question that we need to ask ourselves in order to better understand what we should do. And that question is, what is the negative of staying the way that we are? What's the negative of not making a change. It's easy to look at the negative of making a change. Maybe we make a fool out of ourselves, or maybe we waste a bunch of time, money, and energy, or maybe our situation ends up being even worse than it is before. We break up with a partner and we get out there and we realize, oh my God, I made a horrible mistake and I shouldn't have done this. It's real to consider those things. But in order to make the proper decision here, we also need to think about what the cost is of staying the way we are. If we don't like our job and we don't go out there and look for a new one, or learn new skills to do something different, or move to a new city or even a new country to go after opportunities that are there, what is the negative? What is the cost of staying where we are? And maybe it's small, and maybe it doesn't matter. It's true and it's possible, but maybe it's really big. See, it's easy to get scared by the things that making changes, by doing things different, and it's easy to accept the status quo, the way things are right now. A lot of people that we talk to and we work with, and we ask them, like, how are you? And they say things like, good, I'm good. And then you dig in a little bit deeper, how's your digestion, and how's your energy, and how do you feel? And the answer is not very good. But that's normal. That's status quo. That's what we've learned to live with. And that's a wonderful trait of human beings, is that we can put up with a lot of stuff. But what that means is that a lot of us settle for lives that aren't really what we want or aren't fulfilling. But we settle and we let the fear of change overwhelm the pain of staying where we are. And I'm not here to tell anybody that you need to make a change, but the first step is just to look at our lives. What is the cost to you of staying where you are? Whether it's in your health, your relationships, whether it's in your job, your career, what is the cost of staying where you are? What is the cost in terms of time, money, energy, the direction that your life is going? If you don't like where you are and you don't do anything to change it, it's more or less going to be in that same place, or unfortunately a little bit worse down the road. These are all things we need to consider. We need to look at what is the cost of changing, and are we okay with it? And the harder question, but the critically important one to ask, is what is the cost of staying the same? If we're good with it, if the cost of change is too high and we're perfectly fine accepting the cost of being where we are, then absolutely we should stay where we are. But a lot of times we let the fear of change keep us in a place that we really don't want to be, keeps us in jobs that we don't like, keeps us in relationships that don't work for us, keeps us settling for a substandard life, a life that is smaller and less fulfilling and less good. We don't feel good. We don't live well because the fear of change we let get too big, and we let it keep us in this small place. So I urge you, when you're thinking about your life, and I hope that honestly, at least from time to time, you reflect on your life. Are you where you want to be? If you're not, what needs to change? Okay? And we need to acknowledge that there are fears and negatives to making a change, but there are also negatives towards staying where we are if it's not the place that we want to be. And it's easy to focus simply on the negatives of change and not on the negatives of where we are now. When we ask the question, what is the cost of staying where we are now, we improve our thinking and we can better understand our situation and whether we should take the leap and make that change that we're talking about, or whether it makes sense to stay where we are or find another different approach to what's going on. All right, folks, that is it for me today. Listen, if you're contemplating where you are, you're suffering with digestive issues and autoimmunity, you want to change it. The pain of staying the same is greater. The pain of staying the same is greater than the pain that is required to make changes to your life. If you're in that place now, you're considering getting help, and you're thinking a holistic approach is the right fit for you, then I invite you, let's have a conversation. The first step is simply to visit our website at aspirenaturalhealth.com. That's aspirenaturalhealth.com. Aspire is an AS P-I-R-E, naturalhealth.com. When you're there, you can find out more about us and the way we work. And listen, if this sounds like the approach that's right for you, let's simply have an application, put an application in, and have a conversation. We'll find out if we are the right fit. We are certainly not the right fit for everyone, but if we are the right fit, we can help to transform your life. All right, folks, so your next step, go to the website, check it out, and if we are the right fit, let's have a conversation together and see about transforming your life. All right, folks, that is it for me today. Until next time, take care.